So Fecken and Aris were fastest with both stage wins, whilst Kuhn and Danso Senior sandwiched rally leader Lawrence. Over the same section, these were the fastest crews in various classes, although it does not reflect the overall class positions.
7 Sasol Rally, and Stage 7 is another traditional one. The Subaru Super Special, where two evenly matched cars compete on two routes that are the mirror image of one another. They start together, and theoretically they should cross the finish line side by side. First up, Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson in the BP Volkswagen Polo. Third overnight versus Serge Damso and Robert Paisley in the Castrol Toyota Runex, who were 29th overall after the previous day's disasters. Although it seemed as if Kuhn had a slight edge, the two crossed the line in exactly the same time.
Now Jean-Pierre Damso and Kobus Frey in their Team Total Toyota Runex, and Jürgen Fecken and Pierre Aris in the BP Volkswagen Polo. These are the young lions in South African rallying, and they have had many a head-to-head contest over the years. That little slide caused Damso Jr. to lose out by a second.
Now overnight leaders Etienne Lawrence and Andre Vermeulen in the Team Total Toyota Runex versus Cape Town pairing John and Douglas Williams in the Guma Volkswagen Polo. Lawrence took it by a second. Chris de Wit and Patrick Yende in the Class A17 Total Toyota Runex against Barry Grobelaar and Mike Burrows in the A7 Sasol Volkswagen Golf. These two crews put up exactly the same time.
Sweep left, on board with Fernando Reuter and Gerard Snyman in the Team Total Mitsubishi Evo 9, just to give you an idea what it's like and what it takes.
Okay, 100, sweep right. Yeah, all the way to the end, keep left, straight again. And 100, hairpin right. Hairpin right there. Left the chicane, left and right narrow, and then side sweep left. Okay, side sweep left here. 150 hairpin right. Straight on.
Stage 8 was 12 kilometers long around the Witlip Dam between Sabi and White River. By now it was clear that the battle for supremacy would be between overnight leader Lawrence and Gemmel, who had taken a second out of Lawrence's lead in the Super Special. The peace and tranquility would not last for long.
Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson 1 minute 45 seconds off the leaders, seem to have found some pace after being low on power the previous day. Johnny Gemmel and Peter Marsh in the Castrol Toyota Runex were determined to keep the pressure on the leaders and hoped to claw back more time. But Lawrence and Vermeulen were not going to have any of that.
Mark Cronje and Chris Birkin were still comfortably in the Class A7 lead in their Castrol Toyota Runex. Looking good overnight with a third position in Class N4, Cape Town pairing Paul Pfeiffer and Cindy Harding in their Mitsubishi Evo 6. Second overnight in N4, Nicholas Ryan and Skalk van Heerden in their Bosel Subaru Impreza. 19th overall overnight, but now flying, Jürgen Fecken and Pierre Aris in their Volkswagen Polo.
29th overall overnight, but also not giving up, Serge Damso and Robert Paisley. Third in Class A7 overnight, Barry Grobelaar and Mike Burrows. Like most other crews, they knew that the rally could still hold many surprises, but they had their sights firmly set on the 1 minute 15 seconds deficit to Chris de Wit and Patrick Yende. Class A6 leaders Sally de Toy and Gert van Rensburg in their Team Total Toyota Runex. Third in Class A6, Stephen Wilkin and Gert Minabe in their VW Polo, about 2 minutes off the pace.
Damso Senior had taken stage 8, and up front Lawrence had extended his lead over Gemmell to 15 seconds. Stage 9, at just under 15 kilometres, was on the same road between White River and Sabi. Fast right-handed sweep followed by a tight turn, almost caught out father and son John and Doug Williams. Doug, in fact, is the senior, reading notes to junior. On board we go with production car leaders Fernando Reuter and Gerard Snyman. They had about 2 minutes over Nicholas Ryan and Skalk van Heerden, but could not afford to take things too easy.
Left 2 and left 2, tightens to 9. Right 6. 250, left 1 at 3. Left 1 at 3. And left 2, right 2. Left 2, right 2. 100, left 1. And 200, very rough.
Same spot, and see how a champion does it. Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson. Gemmell and Marsh making sure that they stay in touch and keep the pressure on Lawrence and Vermeulen. The rally leaders were equally determined to hold on to their lead by not making any mistakes. Nicely done.
Class A7 leaders Mark Cronier and Chris Birkin clearly have no problem adapting between off-road racing and rallying, keeping in mind this is only a front-wheel drive car. Ryan and Van Heerden second in N4 by about 2 minutes. See how much more quickly the four-wheel driven Subaru can get out of the corner. Back with Reuter and Snyman, who would lose 11 seconds to Ryan and Van Heerden in this stage.
Open right 8. 200 flying finish.
Fecken and Aries were flying, once again winning this stage and taking their 4th stage win. Were it not for 2 punctures early the previous day, they could well have had a solid lead by now. Damso and Paisley were also flying and would go 3rd fastest on this stage. They were clearly treating the rally now as an extended test session.
Here's another interesting comparison. From the top, Jürgen Fecken, Nicholas Ryan and Barry Grobbelaar. Notice how they approach the corner on different lines, place their cars in different positions at the apex, and yet exit at exactly the same spot. But at the end of the rally, a problem reared its head which forced the organisers to cancel the stage. This is where Reuter and Snyman are now. But the problem was that at one point in the stage, the instructions on the road book and those in the prepared pace notes did not correspond, resulting in some crews being unfairly disadvantaged.
Left 5 opens.
The road book is regarded as the final authority in case of any doubt, but most crews rely these days on pace notes that they receive along with a DVD with exactly this kind of footage of each stage. The cancellation was a pity, and this was one of the fastest and most enjoyable stages of the entire event. But at least we can still sit back and enjoy it.
Right 4, Grace left 8. And hairpin right. 60. Left 7.
Section 3 results again show the strong drives by the likes of Jürgen Fecken and Serge Damso, with rally leader Lawrence right on the pace, while second place Gemmell was slowly beginning to lose touch. In this section only, the pace setters in the various classes.
With 4 stages to go, Lawrence was leading Gemmell by 20 seconds. But the Sasol Rally is notorious for a sting in the tail, and nothing could be taken for granted. Stage 11 was just over 26 kilometres long, just outside Sabi, below the Longtom Pass. Despite the Sasol Rally's reputation for things going wrong for the front runners in the final few stages, Enzo Kuhn and Guy Hodgson were still pushing, hoping to force any of the two leading crews into a mistake. On this stage, they would go fourth fastest.
Gemmell and Marsh would lose another 27 seconds to the rally leaders, so perhaps they'd resign themselves to a second-place finish. Lawrence and Vermeulen, on the other hand, were still pushing and would win this stage, their second stage win of the event. A7 leaders Cronier and Birkin would extend their class lead by another 18 seconds in this stage.
Ryan and Van Heerden would take the N4 stage win, cutting 17 seconds off their deficit to Reuter and Sneeman. Fekken and Aris were second fastest, only 2 seconds slower than the rally leaders in this stage. Damso and Paisley were third fastest. Their testing session was going extremely well.
Christopher and Patrick Yende were comfortably second in Class A7, although they needed to continue pushing to keep Barry Grobbelaar and Mike Burrows at bay. Mr. Duplessis and Dave Lefkovich in the Pitek Subaru WRX STI had moved into third position in N4. Grobbelaar and Burrows were relatively safely ensconced in third in A7.
On board again with Fernando Reuter and Gerard Sneeman. It pays not to look too closely at the drop on the outside of the sweeps and corners.
250 left 6. Puncture. Left 6. 100 right 6. Right 6 open. 100 right 8 in. Right 8 in. Press right 1 and caution jump hairpin left. Jump left 6. Left 3 down and right 9.
With Lawrence now leading Gemmell by 47 seconds and Kuhn about another minute and a half back, the top three seem to have settled in their positions. Stage 12 on the way back from Sabi to White River was just over 12 kilometres of gravel.